You're still live on the Joy News channel on DSTV channel 41 and GoTV channel 144. Hello and welcome to the Farmers' Day edition of News Today with me, Mapito Sibid. And it's a pleasure to have you here on the Joy News channel, your home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. Coming up, scores of Fix the Country campaigners hit the streets in Obuasi East to demand better living conditions. We'll take you live for details. Also, two chiefs in the Savannah region banished from the LUKULA community in the wake of uneasy tensions in that area. We have the details. And two bids self-contained up for grabs for the best fisherman to emerge from this year's Farmers' Day celebration. We'll also be telling some special stories of individual farmers who are making great impact in their small corners. We have details of these and more in this hour. Stay with us. In our first story, scores of angry protesters who associate themselves with the Fix the Country campaigners have taken to the principal streets of Obuasi East to register their discontent over the ailing economy. They're calling on the government to fix the worsening situations in the country, particularly in the Obuasi municipality. They're aggrieved also by the introduction of the 1.75% e-levy, which was announced by the finance minister during the last budget reading.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Oh, see that. Oh, see that. See that.
Love FM's Emmanuel QUAICOE is on the line. Emmanuel, what's the status of that demonstration?
Okay, so currently the demonstrators, the leaders of the demonstrators are addressing the youth over here, the demonstrators over here at Lincoln Sports Stadium. They first started from CKC, that is the Christ the King executive at Akapoitu in the Obuasi East municipality, and then moved along the street and then came here finally to the Lincoln Sports Stadium to address the irate demonstration.
Emmanuel, who are the leaders and what exactly do they want?
Okay, so this is what they are demanding. They say Obuasi is a mining city, so they don't understand why the youth over here are not being employed into the mines, and then the management of the mines are actually bringing in foreigners into the mining company. That is why they are angry. So they are actually angry at the management of AG and also the government. They say President QUAICOE assured them that they are going to, when he was reopening the mine, he assured them that he was going to absorb them into the mine. And then up until now, they've not received anything at all from them. They've not heard at all from the president. So this is what they're actually demanding the government and the management of the Anglo-Gold Ashanti for. They are saying they should absorb them into the mining company. They are jobless, so they want the management to absorb them into the mining company.
And who are the leaders, Emmanuel?
Yeah.
Who are the leaders?
The leaders as we were told, is one Shadrach. As we were told, is one Shadrach. I'll get the name and then I'll give an update of the actual name of the leader. Then I'll give the actual name of the leader.
All right.
He's actually addressing the demonstrators right now. I'll be engaging him later to find out more from him.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. That is my colleague EMMANUEL QUAICOE, and he's with he's on the ground with some protesters who hit the principal streets of Obuasi with that hashtag Fix the Country. Now let's go to other stories. The private security guards at the Kejetia market in Kumasi are threatening to lock up the facility over non-payment of 4 months' salary arrears. The workers of LUKULA Security Services say they will defy all odds to embark on the industrial action if they are not paid by December 3rd.
Feeding and transportation fares are major challenges faced by the private security guards. They say management has failed to provide identification cards and appointment letters despite being in the business for 2 years. Isaac Owusu is leader of the aggrieved security officers.
Small salary, 500 a month, excluding bank deduction. And you get 4.96 thereabout. No increment for 2 years. They've not increased our pay for 2 years now. No ID card. Now, as I'm running it from now, if a policeman asks me, produce your ID card for me to see that you are part of this company, I don't have the card. I can be arrested. How can you be wearing uniform whilst you don't have card? Which means you are a criminal. No appointment letter. How can we work 2 years? We don't have appointment letter.
The aggrieved security officers say efforts to get management of LUKULA Security Services to clear the salary arrears have yielded no results. Isaac Owusu says they will lock up the Kejetia market if management fails to pay them on December 2.
We have given them some date. That is 2nd December. If we don't get our money in full, we are going to close down Kejetia. We will lock all the gates. Nobody enter, nobody go out. Until we hear something better or our money is paid before we open the gates.
Operations manager of the Kejetia Traders Association, Ahmed Kwatin, says their action is a threat to the business.
We know that Delta Force is capable of doing it because we all witnessed what happened in court where they forcefully removed persons standing trial so they can close the market as they are threatening. But we the traders are worried because it's almost Christmas, and if this is what is gracing the season, it will really affect our business.
Meanwhile, management says they are working to resolve the challenge.
The 2-bedroom self-contained up for grabs for the best fish farmer for this year and the introduction of Fish Festival next year will go a long way to motivate fish farmers to give off their best in producing for the country. This was made known by the Fisheries Minister, Hawa Kumson, at this year's Farmers' Day commemoration in the Central Region.
We are putting in a lot of reforms. Next year, Fisheries and Aquaculture Development will going to institute or start the Fish Festival. You know, it's something that other countries do celebrate. Ghana, from next year, we are going to begin celebrating the Fish Festival. And I think when we start doing all this, it will encourage them. Apart from that, this year, first of its kind, a best fish farmer is going to go home with 2-bedroom self-contained. It has never happened before. And these are some of the things we are doing to encourage them. And I believe by next year, we may come up with other items to be added to their award items too.
Now, let's listen to 2 beauty queens who are advocating for the youth to go into farming. They were also at the celebration.
Miss Agriculture Ghana is a pageant targeted at attracting young ladies into agriculture, and that is why I choose. Other beauty pageants do not focus on agriculture, and this is the only pageant focusing on agriculture. Yes, we are changing the status quo. We want to get more young ladies into agriculture because this sector is a very promising one, and we need the youth in agriculture. Thank you. So far, we have about 20 young ladies so far. From here, we want to, the world at large, we want to encourage every person out there to get into agriculture, especially young ladies.
For me, I'm promoting common bean and cowpea in Ghana because initially common bean was not produced in Ghana, but due to the hard work of some of us, we are now producing common bean here. So I'm promoting common bean in Ghana.
Agri Minister commended the farmers for the receptive response towards all government initiatives introduced into the sector to make their lives better.
Farmers and fishers have responded very strongly to the incentives that the Akufo-Addo government is providing. We would encourage them to continue in this stead because it's really serving the people of this country, and not only the people of this country.
Let me take you live to Cape Coast. Mr. President is addressing the farmers.
It has been 10 years since the region hosted this day, which has been set aside annually to celebrate the hard work of our farmers and fisher folk, who feed not only the citizens of our nation, but also those of our neighbors in West Africa. I express government's sincere appreciation to Osabe Makwesiata II, Gwemahe, the chiefs and people of Cape Coast, for accepting to host this year's Farmers' Day celebrations. This year's event has taken on added significance because of the efforts of our farmers and fisher folk in ensuring that there were no shortage of food at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. I say a big, hearty QUAICOE to all of you. Nyame, ensham nyina, non shedambo akuyafo na farefo ehobai. Agriculture plays a crucial role in the growth of our country, ensuring food security, providing the raw material base for industrial development, earning foreign exchange through exports, and creating much-needed jobs for our young people. The importance of agriculture is not lost on my government. It has found expression in government's coordinated program of economic and social development policies. The theme for this year's celebration is further evidence of government's commitment to the sector. Planting for food and jobs, consolidating the food systems, alludes to the program by government over the last 5 years to modernize and transform Ghanaian agriculture and to build on these gains to improve and expand the sector. Consolidating and strengthening our food systems have become even more critical in light of COVID-19, which continues to disrupt global supply chains and to expose the vulnerability of the food system worldwide. The need thus to build sustainable, resilient, that can withstand shocks is of the greatest necessity. Fellow Ghanaians, when you so graciously conferred on my mother's self the mantle of national leadership nearly 5 years ago, my government set out to transform Ghana through investment in integrated and mutually reinforcing measures that are yielding positive results. The central pillar of government's transformative policy, the Program for Planting for Food and Jobs, launched in Goso in April 2017, has evolved into 5 modules strategically designed to exploit the huge potential in food crops, tree crops, vegetables, and livestock subsectors. Agriculture has also been identified as an important intervention to increase farm efficiency and reduce the drudgery of farm operations. Complementary programs, such as the revitalization of the National Food Buffer Stock Company to improve market access, grain surpluses anticipated from increased productivity and production, the One Village, One Dam policy to increase water availability for all year production, and the One District, One Factory initiative to promote rural industrialization have all contributed to the success since chalked in the agriculture sector. The record is impressive. We have, through the program, achieved a yearly average growth of agriculture of 5.8% from 2017 to 2020, compared to the 2.7% growth. To date, a total of 1.4 million metric tons of fertilizers and some 91,000 metric tons of certified seeds have been made available to farmers since 2017, with the number of beneficiary farmers now hitting the 1.7 million mark, taking off from the initial number of 207,000 farmers in 2017. Through Planning for Export and Rural Development, which was launched in 2019 to promote the rapid development of 6 strategic tree crops, that is rubber, oil palm, cashew, mango, coconut, and shea, and thereby diversify and augment our export earnings. Some 29 million seedlings have been distributed to some 220,000 beneficiary farmers. Rearing for Food and Jobs, aimed at expanding domestic meat production and reducing the huge annual import bill for meat and meat products of some $300 million United States dollars, has seen thousands of different livestock species being distributed to 7 national livestock breeding stations in 196 MMDAs across the country. Vegetable production under the greenhouse village concept has also been promoted intensively, with 3 centers established at Dawinya, Akumadan, commercial production and training of youth interested in establishing agribusiness in the vegetable value chain. To improve the efficiency of farmer operations, a total of 8,980 units of various machinery has access to mechanization services by farmers. 63 out of the proposed 1,000 metric capacity warehouses have been completed. This has increased the warehouse capacity owned by government to 97,000 metric tons. Additional warehouses will be constructed to handle the expected increased production of grains, to enlarge storage and reduce post-harvest losses. The result of significant investment by my government in the Ghana Commercial agriculture program in the availability of a total of 13,190 hectares of additional irrigable land through the rehabilitation of Tono, Bong Left Bank, and Bong irrigation schemes for rice and vegetable cultivation. This has benefited some 14,264 smallholder beneficiaries directly, creating some 40,000 jobs from several value chain activities generated from the irrigation schemes. To address the perennial challenges of access to credit for our farmers and fisherfolk, the Ghana Incentive-Based Risk-Sharing Agricultural Lending Scheme, GESL, was established in 2019 to guarantee banks lending to boost agriculture. In 2 years of its operations, GESL has provided and issued credit guarantees for agricultural loans to the tune of 273 million cedis. We're also introducing insurance products through the Ghana Agricultural Insurance Measures to promote investment in agriculture. My government has also succeeded in reviving agricultural extension services, beginning with a staff strength of 1,580 in 2016, 2,700 more extension officers were recruited by 2019, improving the extension officer to farmer ratio from 1 to 1,500 currently. This is how still below the FAO recommended ratio of 1 to 500, which is our goal. I'm happy to inform you that approval has been given by Cabinet for the recruitment of an additional number of 1,100 veterinary officers into the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. 50% of this number will be recruited in 2022, and the remaining 50% progressively taken on board over a 2-year period. Construction works on fish landing sites and harbor projects located in Accra and Western regions are progressing steadily. These projects are expected to facilitate the transformation of the fisheries sector by providing modernized berthing, handling, processing, and mechanization facilities to fisherfolk. The necessary preparatory works are also ongoing for the enactment of a new Fisheries Act to replace the existing Fisheries Act 2002, Act 625, which would better address lapses in the existing legislation and deepen sustainable management of fisheries resources. Government is happy to note that the fishing community has enthusiastically embraced and has seen the benefits of the closed season policy. Furthermore, Cabinet has granted patrol boats for the fisheries sector. The acquisition of a research vessel will facilitate regular fisheries research and stock assessment that will amplify data availability for strategies for science-based fisheries management. The 4 patrol boats will also strengthen enforcement capacity to help address the issue of overexploitation and overfishing, as well as help curb the pervasive incidents of illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing. Government will continue to do all it can to help preserve the marine ecosystem. Cocoa, which has been the mainstay of the Ghanaian economy, has also seen significant transformation since 2017. From an average production of 880,000 tons, the country hit an all-time record production of 1,047,385 tons in 2021, being the highest ever yearly production of cocoa since it was introduced into Ghana in 1879. This has been made possible by the introduction of productivity improvement techniques that ensure higher yields from the same acreage, the adoption of technology and practices that modernize cocoa production in an environmentally, socially, and sustainable manner. The design of policies to address the inequalities in the international marketing system of cocoa by paying a living income differential of an additional 400 United States dollars per ton of cocoa to farmers, and the fostering of partnerships and collaborative actions of stakeholders towards greater investments. In addition to the increase in productivity, these particular 72,906 young people. Furthermore, 300 domestic businesses have been created to provide service delivery in the rehabilitation of farms. The commencement of the provision of a pension scheme for farmers started in 2020 under my government, even though the law was promulgated in 1984, with successive governments being unable to bring it into being. The pilot pension scheme has initially covered some 2,800 farmers in the new Edubiasi cocoa district of the Ashanti region, and a nationwide registration of all cocoa farmers is ongoing under the cocoa management system to speed up the process. In spite of these considerable advances, we know there's still a lot of work to be done to bring our nation's agricultural sector up to par with those of the world's leading economies. Ghana's agricultural sector is confronted with several challenges, key amongst them today being COVID-19, which is affecting commodity flows and the price of fertilizers. There are also matters relating to the outbreak of bird flu and the effects of climate change. The government will continue to take the requisite measures to address these challenges and ensure that agriculture continues on an accelerated growth trajectory. Despite having a relatively low active case count of 727 persons infected with COVID-19 as of 28th November, and vaccinating up in 10 persons, it is important that we bear in mind that the pandemic is far from over. Last Sunday, the Ghana Health Service announced several important additional measures aimed at ensuring that we continue to win the fight against the virus. I appeal to all of you to adhere to them. Moreover, to fast-track our economic recovery from the pandemic, the Ghana Cares Obantampa program has been launched. The program will inject into the economy 100 billion cedis with support from the private sector that will help create jobs and develop industry. The agricultural component of Ghana Cares is to support commercial farming by attracting young people into agriculture, developing and promoting agro-processing and food import substitution commodities, such as rice, poultry, sugar, cassava, through PPP arrangements and facilitating access to land and affordable financing. A framework has been developed to provide 50% interest rate subsidy for loans advanced to qualified agro-businesses by financial institutions. This will be extended to qualified farmers to expand poultry production operations for hatcheries and processing plants, to produce 5 million broiler birds, equivalent to 10,000 metric tons of meat by the end of this month of December. Government is aware that investors continue to face challenges with respect to accessing agricultural land due to the unfortunate multiple land tenure arrangements and the absence of satisfactory documentation on land titles. As part of the Ghana Cares program, government is creating an agricultural land information bank, which will enable landowners to put forward lands to the bank they intend to lease to investors. This will reduce the cost and difficulties of land searches for investors. Nana Chairperson of fertilizers. As some manufacturing companies shut down or reduce production because of the increase in gas prices, suppliers thus could not provide the requisite quantities needed for the 2021 production season. These developments have intensified own domestic facilities for the manufacture of fertilizers in significant quantities to meet our needs. Government nevertheless, for the time being, whilst ensuring the early award of contracts for the supply of fertilizers, government is also collaborating with the ACP group of companies, a Moroccan conglomerate, to map soils in Ghana according to their nutrition and chemical composition. This will enable the use of blended fertilizers specific to productivity. To eliminate possible fertilizer subsidies, a farmer database has been developed with biometric information, a feature for tracking fertilizer bags, and a subsidy redemption solution with inbuilt security features such as deduplication, token verification, and biometric authentication before subsidies are disbursed. Out of the target figure of 1.2 million farmers earmarked for registration, a total of 597,662 have been registered as of October 2021. The others will be registered as soon as possible. This will help in proper planning and targeting subsidy beneficiaries and prevent smuggling. Through the use of digital technology, the Ghana Commodity Exchange is employing digital combating the menace of climate change, which has considerable impact on the fundamentals required for our survival on Earth. Rise in sea levels, severe and extreme weather conditions such as droughts, floods, and erratic rainfall patterns, and growing desertification. Ghana is employing well-designed policies and strategies with action plans and programs to this end. The Green Ghana Project and the implementation of the Ghana Cocoa Forest Red Plus programs are examples of the policies being undertaken to help realize the global commitment of halving emissions by 2030 and attaining neutrality by 2050. And Chairperson, I remain confident that Ghana can leverage her food systems to achieve the vision of a Ghana beyond aid. There is wealth in agriculture. Government creating environment, necessary policies and programs to strengthen the linkages between the program for planting for food and jobs, which has been one of the great successes of my government, and the rural industrialization agenda of one district, one factory. We're devising smart strategies for their implementation that will bring about enhanced livelihoods and economic empowerment for all. We will continue to rely on the support of our untiring farmers and all actors in the food system. I take this opportunity to call for the support of all stakeholders, including our garden farmers and fisherfolk, value chain actors, entrepreneurs, financial institutions, policy makers, researchers, and friends of Ghana towards the realization of government's agenda of transformation of the agricultural sector and consolidation of our food systems. I wish you a happy, memorable Farmers' Day celebration. And congratulations to all award winners, especially the National Best Farmer and the National Best Fisherman. May God bless our farmers and fisherfolk and us all. And may God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
That was President Akufo-Addo at the 37th Farmers' Day celebration. We'll be back there again when the best farmers are announced. In other news, however, land for farming in urban areas is a headache for many as more people continue to migrate into cosmopolitan areas, feeling the pinch most. Now, dealing with eviction notices as their farmlands are sold for construction of houses. As the country marks Farmers' Day today, Joy News' Justice Bedu has been to meet some of ACCRA'S farmers battling with estate developers and city authorities for a place to grow food.
Time was when this was a space for vegetable farms. Today, it is a built-up chain of expensive estate homes in the busy parts of Accra. Most of the people who used to farm here have left.
My name is Mohammed Awa Suleimana. We do some couple of grasses here and some local vegetables.
Awal's father came to farm on this land right by Accra's busy ring road more than 20 years ago.
I was assisting him, but now he's late, so I have taken over from where he started.
There are still pockets of spaces like this where farmers still find the serenity to be able to grow their crops. But analysts warn that depletion of farmlands would be a big threat for food security in a country where many people continue to move from rural areas into bigger cities like Accra.
As we are here, we don't know when we'll also be living here. Because you'll be there, they'll just give you notice to vacate the place. Maybe if they are to build, make some construction, so they move us away. So sometimes it's very hard to find a land. And as you can see, this space of land, we are many here. We are about 20-something. We are about 20 plus members that are working here. Sometimes, like the way you just find us picking the weeds and making this place tidy, they can just come tomorrow and say, we are going to build something here and we are giving you like a month to leave this place. All this grass, which is money, behind and go.
Majid Ibrahim also farms a few meters away from Awal. He has recently been moved from where he used to farm when estate developers suddenly showed up one day and brought down his entire cabbage farm.
But Sebaya, Obanyano, Obi there, one bed. I know.
There are no available lands in Accra now. We are 27 farmers sharing this small space. If we had land, we could do so much more. Cabbage, green pepper, everything. But the lands are not there.
Unlike the vegetables, you can't go to north to bring vegetables here. They will all dry on the way. So the vegetables are all taken from here. The women, they depend on us. They don't buy any vegetables from anywhere. They come here, that's where they get all the foodstuffs into the market. So if you send us away, who is going to produce food for us?
Awal says he and his friends have consistently asked for help with secured land from the Agric Ministry and have not had any response. With the growing numbers in the city and the dwindling spaces for farms, the country's food security may be on the line. Justice Baidu, Joy News, Accra.
In other news, the regional security councils in the Savannah and Northeast regions have with immediate effect barred 2 paramount chiefs from entering Lukula and its environs. The 2 chiefs are Wasipura Anyame Ka Basega, the second of the Wasipa traditional area, and So Naba Nantogma Seidu of the Janga traditional area, respectively. The ban, which took effect on Wednesday, December 1st, 2021, also affects the warriors and the sub-chiefs from the 2 palaces. Isaac Nyonga has more.
Said Mwazi Jibril, who made the disclosure in an interview with Joy News in Damago in the Savannah region, warned that the security will arrest and deal with the 2 paramount chiefs or their allies should they continue to threaten the security of the LUKULA community.
What the man said is actually making the Gonja kingdom very angry about his statements. And I want to plead for all Gonjas to just take everything lightly. We are on top of the issue. We will not allow whether Gonja or Mampurugu chief who is there to claim ownership of the place, as long as the 2 Rexes are concerned. We are not going to allow any one of them to bring any disturbances there. We'll make sure that anybody who goes there will flush him out with the security apparatus that we have. And possibly, let me sound this warning to those 2 chiefs, that there's a tendency of them being arrested if they continue giving us those problems in those communities, whether Gonja chief or Mampurugu chief. We will make sure we recommend to the national security to pick them up and give the people peace in those communities.
LUKULA has over a decade been the center of conflict between the 2 paramountcies over who has power over that jurisdiction. Several lives and properties have been lost in these conflicts. The regional minister said even though the 2 security councils do not have the power to decide who owns LUKULA, they have the mandate to ensure there is law and order. He said they have set up a fact-finding committee to work with the two houses of chiefs in Savannah and Northeast regions to bring closure to this conflict.
We are not concentrating on the sub-chiefs who are there trying to claim ownership of the land. Our concentration is on these revered chiefs, Nairi and Yambura, to solve the problem. So as we speak, tomorrow, the resources that the committee needed, we gave it to them yesterday, and they will continue to go on engagement with the Waspeura, and even Sonaba, who for one or 2 reasons have spoken that some of us don't think that maybe he was angry and
If you're an avid lover of made in Ghana products, then the place to be is the Nungwa Junction Mall. Michael Ashali is on the grounds and joins us with more. Michael, you've been interacting with some of the vendors and patrons. What have they been telling you?
Okay, so Maps, we are at the Junction Mall here, where we have over 50 exhibitors here who have just made in Ghana goods here. This afternoon is all about made in Ghana. It's going to be a 4-day event spearheaded by Joy Prime here. And you can see some of the vendors in the background. So this one here is Scattering Garment. We're speaking to her. I see that she has a poster put up here. It said, reduce to clear, just 60 Ghana cedis each. Let me talk to the owner of this place. She has a variety of clothing here, all made in Ghana. So what's your name though?
I'm Catherine Gordon.
Oh, okay, so you are the owner of the place?
Yes, I am.
Great. So I see reduced to clear 60 Ghana cedis, what I told.
Yes. It's reduced to clear. All that is reduced to clear. We just want to, it's Christmas time and the economy is hard and we want to make some sales, that's all.
Wow. So it only applies for the things on the table?
On the things on the table.
Okay. So, but talk to me, what other things do you have here? What other juicy offers do you have?
Yes, we have lots of shirts for men and we have dresses for the kids. We have dresses for the women as well. We take care of the whole family. And then clients who came in earlier and they bought things above a certain amount, we dash them something. Yes, just to make it more attractive.
So tell me about the juicy offers that you have. It's a festive season, you mentioned it. So what offers do you have?
Like people who have bought things over 500 cedis, they get something as a gift.
Wonderful. So she says that if you buy for over 500 Ghana cedis, it's a special package that she has for you. There are many more exhibitors here, many more that we'll be speaking to as well. There's this interesting one here that I have. The gentleman is called Sakodi, and I'll talk to him. He's into Kente, 100% made in Ghana. And I'll talk to Sakodi. Sakodi, if you want to join me, he has a lot of stuff that he's selling here, all 100% made in Ghana. So Sakodi, tell me about the juicy offers that you have for people who are watching us right now.
This year we have chosen to give our customers a huge discount of 20%, and on top of 20%, when you buy any of our 6-yard design of Kente, we give you additional ahenema for free. And when you buy 1,000 Ghana cedis worth of Kente, we add a 2-yard Kente and 1 ahenema also on top of it for you.
Great. So this December is a lot of save the date. Do you have special offers for people who are getting married?
Yeah, we have special offer for them. When you come, we can customize your Kente for you. At the same time, we can customize your ahenema in your names. Especially those who are using hashtag. We can customize them for you as well.
Does any of your offers come with free gold?
Come again?
Does any of your offers come with free gold?
Yes, we have a free this jewelry for you. Okay. If you buy any of our couple set, we dash you one for free as well.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Now talk to me about the things that you have here. I mean, what are the different types of Kente that you have?
We have ancient Kente and have modern Kente. Ancient Kente, some like Okateche Kente, Ojinisu, Chiriche Kente, Obapa, and the rest. Then we have modern ones, Tanawo Chrome, Free Education, Odontin Time, Odopa, Odo Oyirigo and Chimpra, and many more.
Wow. Wonderful. So you've been hearing from some of the exhibitors here at the Joy Prime Made in Ghana Fair. A lot more happening here, over 50 exhibitors. So if you're around Nungwa Junction Mall, do pass through. There's a lot more here. Maps, over to you in the studio.
Very much, Michael Ashale. Make sure you go to the Junction Mall. That's where I'm heading after this. So if you want to meet me, maybe Junction Mall is the best place to meet. Yeah? Okay, that's where I am joining you today, our Farmers Day edition. Thank you so much for your time. Once again, thank you to all the farmers. We celebrate you. We appreciate you. And thank you for keeping us well fed. Enjoy the rest of your day.